Welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Confessions, and this is the podcast where we say the quiet things out loud. I love a confessions episode. I love it when people send in their juicy stuff, when people send in their confessions. We get to dissect, we get to, fiddle around with it in the most non-creepy way possible, and we just get to give our 2 pence because we love to be nosy and we love to give our unwarranted opinions, especially on the motherfucking internet. So let's go. We're doing this a little bit different today. I'm reading all of the confessions from my phone today because I've been going through the submission inbox on my website. I love reading all of your confessions. I love it when you guys submit juicy stories, and I am obsessed. This confession session today does have a theme. I think the theme for today is careers and friendships within careers, because I feel like that's such a topic, such an important topic for women, because I think we need to thrive within our careers, we need to thrive within our friendships, and both of them are so important within our life. So let's get into it. Let's not talk too much. Let's not ramble too much. Let's get into it. I got promoted and my best friend at work didn't. She started acting weird, and suddenly every decision I made was a problem. She'd gossip about me, exclude me from group chats, and make snide comments in front of the team. I thought she'd be happy for me, but she made me feel guilty for earning what I worked for. This is a difficult one. I've always believed that there are certain women who really believe that there's only one seat at the table, right? There are women who somehow have made themselves believe, or this is something they've been fed, that there isn't space for everybody. And I feel like when you deal with women like that, they will make you feel about this big. They will want to make sure that you don't get the promotion or that you look silly in front of people. And they'll always try and tarnish the image that you've worked so hard to create. And sometimes ambition and female friendships, they just don't go, depending on what type of female friend you have. I think in this particular scenario, what you need to do is quite clear. You need to set boundaries. You need to let her know that what she's doing is unacceptable. That you have been promoted, she hasn't, and you have been promoted due to the fact that you've worked hard, you've earned this promotion, you've earned your spot, and she just needs to get a grip. Quite essentially, quite literally, she needs to get a grip. This isn't something that she can continue to do. And I think if you have spoken to her about this and she still doesn't change and she still behaves the way she's behaving, that's not your friend. Friends are people that would support you, cheer you on, that are excited for you, that literally are your biggest cheerleaders. If that's not who she is, then you need to just cut your loss, take the L, and keep it moving. That's not a friend. That was an enemy in disguise. She's not happy for you. She somehow has made herself believe that there's only space for one of you, and that clearly should have been her, and she's not happy for you, and she's shown you exactly who she is at a time where you needed to be celebrated. So I feel like you need to take it for face value. She has shown you exactly what you needed to see, and you take that and you run with it. You cut her out of your life. That's it. You don't exclude her back. You don't behave the way she's behaving, because we are better than that. You would just quite simply remove yourself from that situation, make new friendship groups, talk to different people, tell people how she's behaving, and let her show everybody who she really is. And then very soon she'll see that she'll be the one that's excluded, because behaviors like that, they don't really get you very far. And I think that's my 2 pence. I think what you need to do is quite simple. Cut her off, because that's not worth it. If you feel like, because I feel like saying cut her off can be quite harsh, because I'm that type of person. If you feel like you can redeem this, if you feel like there's still value within this friendship, by all means try and talk to her. But it sounds like she has shown you exactly who she is, and you need to just walk away. Walk away. Confession number 2 is quite simple. It's very short, straight to the point. And I was like, listen, girl, we got you. At BGC, we'll be able to dissect this for you, and we can let you know exactly how to handle this. It says, my male colleague repeats all of my ideas and he gets the praise. Now, we've all been there, right? You say something, nobody really listens to you, a male colleague repeats it. Suddenly, it's like you're shitting gold. Suddenly, it's like the most smart thing anybody's ever said. He's cured cancer, world hunger has been solved, world peace has been brought to the stage, right? And it's like they don't take what you say for face value, but as soon as your male counterpart says something, it is like it's the smartest idea that's ever been shared. It's the most riveting and groundbreaking thought that has ever been shared within a group, and it's incredibly annoying, and it's incredibly infuriating and undermining of who you are and your intelligence and how hard you've worked. And I think you just need to go to a workplace where you are going to be appreciated more. You need to find yourself an environment where they aren't such misogynists. You need to find yourself an environment where the patriarchy isn't alive and well. Maybe an environment where there's more females than men, right? Because I feel like that tends to help and tip the scale in your favor a little bit. If you work in an office where it's just, a boys club, where everybody is an average white man with like 3 brain cells shared collectively, then yes, they're going to regurgitate what you say, take it and pretend it's their own work and get all of the praise for it, because society tends to favor average white men. That is how the cookie crumbles. Are we ever going to change that? I don't think so. I think that's how the system is designed, and the system will stay like that forever. I don't think there's anything we could ever do that's going to change that. So I think what you need to do is change environments, because what you can't fight is a fight that was designed, right? You can't fight a system that was designed to keep you down, a system that was designed to not have women in a workplace. Because don't forget, a couple of years ago, women didn't work. A couple of years ago, women didn't have the right to vote. Women couldn't get a bank card out. Women couldn't do anything. We could do nothing without the male approval. So if you are in an environment where it is a boys club, then you just need to pack up your shit and go. It's that simple, because you're not going to fix it. You can't argue with it. Nothing. You can't solve this with reason, because they are not thinking with reason. So pack up and leave. That's the only advice I have for you. I outgrew my friends and they hate it. My friends and I used to be so close, but ever since I started taking my career serious, they called me boring. They said I've changed, and I have, but isn't that the point? And you know what? I think this is quite interesting, because the minute you start to take yourself serious, the minute you start to take life serious, the minute you start to take ambition serious and career progression serious, you will isolate yourself, because your way of thinking now has deviated from the path that a lot of people tend to take, right? People don't have a lot of ambition. What healing and ambition can isolate you, can make you feel incredibly alone, because not everybody is on that journey with you. Not everybody's going to understand why you want more for yourself suddenly. And if you are in a friendship group that truly relies on everybody being bummy together, if you all go out drinking together, go out smoking together, and suddenly you've decided to get fit and healthy, and you care about what you're putting in your body, and you care about all of the things that you're eating, and you care about the environment, and you care about your work, and you care about having a good night's sleep, you're not going to fit in with them, because suddenly you are doing things that are completely different to what it is that they've been doing, and you're doing something that is going to isolate you and make you different to them. And I think that's a very tough pill to swallow for a lot of friends. People will always want you to do better, but not better than them. And I think that's something that you need to remember. And in your case, you're going to have to find new friends. I think every time that you level up in life, you leave people behind, because people are there for a reason and a season. So if they were there in the stage where you were bummy, if they were there in the stage where you felt like you needed to smoke weed and drink and be bummy and watch TV and sleep all day, and they were doing the exact same thing, then that's the season you were in, and they were there for that season. If you've moved on from that, then that's no longer the season you're in, and you no longer want to do that, and that's absolutely fine. Growth is lonely, success is lonely, and you're evolving, and that's absolutely normal. It's natural and it's okay. And I think you need to remember the goal that you have in mind. I think you need to remember what it is that you're wanting to achieve, and that will bring you far more comfort than some bummy people could ever. And that's some period poo and piss. That is it for the confessions today. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you fuckers next Monday. Bye.